Good evening, friends, and wish you a very happy new year. Among the great tradition of Maharajas of Travancore, some have a special place which others don't have. One of the most celebrated names in Travancore history was the founder of modern Travancore, Maharaja Martanda Varma. He was a conqueror. Another Maharaja, who is our birthday boy, Maharaja Swathi, whose bicentenary we celebrated, he was a totally different kind of person who was blessed with a very great and universal world-class spirit. He was completely into the arts, as most of you here know. But if we take the two of them together, a combination of somebody who is blessed with an artistic spirit, who is world-class, who's got a universal vision, but who's also a conqueror, we get Sri Sanjay Subrahmanyan. So that is why we can't think of another opening artist for the show. We were having lunch together, and unfortunately it was not resolved either way. I was hoping if he is free on January 4th every year, we could extend this festival to 10 days every year, if he is free, because he has a very, very hectic season in Madras during December. And it's kind of cruel to drag him to Trivandrum immediately and make him sing. I mean, this place looks very nice, but only when you sit there, you know how hot the video lights are. It's not a very comfortable thing. Okay. So we'll have our New Year celebration from January 4th to 13th every year then. Thank you so much. So Sanjay sir, he's one of the most dynamic personalities to have blessed the Carnatic music or the music scene itself in any part of the world. This whole festival is organized to bring to light more and more compositions of Maharaja, of which there are around 300 available at least, and only around 15-20 compositions get sung usually. Sanjay sir leads the small group of artists to whom I don't have to request, please don't sing the same 2 or 3 very popular songs. In fact, I tell him, you just sing what you know already, because he already knows such a big stock of Maharaja's compositions. But he constantly pushes himself to greater and greater heights and depths also. And each time, just now, during the past 2 weeks, I've heard 3 concerts of his in Madras. And each concert is a different experience. And I don't know how he does that. There must be some secret sauce, Sanjay sauce, I don't know what he uses, but it's really unbelievable. Most other artists, if we have the same person every year, year after year, it can, and with a very strong restriction that we can sing only Maharaja's compositions. It's a great restriction. How he manages to keep away from becoming stale and constantly reinventing himself is a miracle. As a music lover and as a music student, I see him as a great source of inspiration, as I'm sure many of us do. Please welcome Sanjay sir. On the violin, we have Sri Mahadeva Sharma, who is one of the very, very, very great personalities of violin. He's from Trivandrum itself. Even if he were from Bombay or Delhi, I would definitely have invited him all the way. It just is convenient that he happens to be in Trivandrum. He's again one of those very, very great artists who's equally good in playing violin in a totally instrumental and virtuoso style, as well as playing beautiful accompaniment for singing. And today it's not just singing, it is Sri Sanjay Subrahmanyan who's singing. So there are very few violinists who are qualified even to sit on the stage with him, and Mahadeva Sharma is one of the top in the list. Please welcome Mahadeva Sharma sir. On the mridangam, we have legendary and my personal favorite, Sri Hari Kumar. He's playing tomorrow also, and today and tomorrow you will see 2 Hari Kumars. The name is the same, but the playing, everything will be different. That is his specialty. According to whoever is singing, he just gets into the soul of the singer or the instrumentalist and does exactly what, if we listen to a recording or a live concert where Hari Kumar is playing, we can't substitute whatever he's playing with a better idea. It's just so right on top. So please welcome Hari Kumar. On the khatam, we have Perukavu P.L. Sudhir. He's again a very, very brilliant artist from Kerala. He's working in Palghat now. And if you look at the programs during the many years, we never find a concert list without these artists being featured. So So please welcome all of them. Over to Sanjay. Good evening, friends, and welcome. There are many reasons why people sing. It could be to carry forward a tradition given to them by their gurus. It could be to become rich and famous. It could be to show off their knowledge. It could be to give a test to their accompanists. There are so many reasons. For me personally, one of the most beautiful reasons for anybody to sing is just to generate and to share the sheer joy of music. This we find more often than not in forms of music other than classical music, because classical music has so much of grammar and technical virtuosity that people get trapped in that. If I were to think of a classical musician who generates sheer joy every time he gets on stage, it has to be none other than Sri O.S.Arun. We have this often used word exclusive. From companies, we have an exclusive offer. Mega superstars, they give exclusive interviews. We immediately think of exclusive as a good thing, but actually it is not, because it means excluding so many things. It is meant only for a chosen few. So among all the kinds of wonderful music available in the world, we exclude all other kinds of music and just take Indian music. And in Indian music itself, we have such a rich variety of so many forms of music. We have Hindustani music, Carnatic music, devotional music, ghazals, so many kinds of music. And I say, oh, I'm a Carnatic musician, so I don't want Hindustani. I don't want, exclude. And I'll take only Carnatic music. And in Carnatic music, I might follow a certain guru's lineage, and I exclude every other style and call it exclusive. This is my pedigree certificate that I follow this style. While Sri Arun is one of those wonderful musicians and wonderful human beings whose nature is inclusive. He takes the best from so many forms of music, and that has added color and depth to the music which emanates from him. There are so many of us who struggle to find our own voice. Many people, we can say, we hear about youngsters saying, oh, he sings exactly like GNB, or exactly like Shamangudi. But O.S.Arun, he sings exactly like O.S.Arun. So it is a very rare quality. He sings devotional songs. People just love him for that. Because of which many people feel that he's good only in devotional. Actually, in April, I heard a concert of his in Bangalore, during Ramanavami. He sang Tyagaraja Kriti Chatte Buddhimanuru in Adhana. The tempo at which he sang and the number of avartanams of swarams which just he kept belting out, each one deserved one standing ovation like that. It is the hardest possible thing. He is equally good in the light, heavy, hard, soft, fast, slow, everything. So last year itself, when we have such a big festival for 10 days, if he had sung any day other than the last day, the next day's concert would have suffered. So we had to fix him again for the last day. And each day the artist asked me, till what time can I sing? Till what time should I sing? I'll say generally it's from 6 to 9. You can sing a little more or less as you, but Sri Arun, he can sing till next year, January 3rd. So please welcome Sri Arun. All his accompanists, each and every one of them are handpicked specifically to be with Sri Arun. Sri M.R. Gopinath on the violin. Their sensitivity, their countenance, their attitude, everything is just joyful harmony. And it's always a pleasure. I wanted not only Sri Arun, but Sri Arun with this particular team of accompanists. On the Mridangam, we have a very familiar face here, Sri J. Vaidyanathan. When I was a small child, I have heard his father, Sri D.K. Jayaraman, sing, with him accompanying him on the Mridangam. I didn't know his name, and I didn't know he was D.K. Jayaraman sir's son. But after I heard him for the first time, I couldn't even sleep. I was like, who is this young boy? Then whenever I went for D.K. Jaraman sir's concert, I would keep praying that it would be that boy on the Mridangam. And now he has become a veteran in his own right. Please welcome Sri J. Vaidyanathan. On the Khatam, some of you might know his name. We have Sri Dr. S. Karthik. This afternoon when we were having lunch together, I told Karthik he can just leave one set of Khatams in Trivandrum and go, so that he doesn't have to bring them again and again. Unfortunately, I organize only 2 festivals. Suppose we had a monthly event, then we would have a monthly Karthik show also. And if it is J. Vaidyanathan on the Mridangam, it has to be Sri Karthik on the Khatam. On the tabla, we have ever-smiling Ganapati. Normally, we don't hear a tabla with South Indian classical music, but that again demonstrates Sri Arun's largeness of spirit. And the dimension the tabla adds, a properly played tabla adds, as you will see, is just incomparable. So please welcome Sri Ganapati. And on special effects, we have Sri Freddy. And the singers, the accompanists keep changing, but all 10 days, one person is the same, who is Sri Anantapatmanabhan on the Tanpura. Many times, if we see videos or even photos of classical concerts, we'll find Tambura people looking so indifferent, tired, sleepy. But Sri Anantapatmanabhan is an accomplished vocalist, he's a performer himself, and he is as much into the concert as all the others. And from his face itself, we can see how the concert is going. And I have said at the beginning of the festival, but I'd like to remind you, and like my mother said, I request you to spread the word among your friends also, that from next year, the festival is from January 4 to 13. It's a 10-day festival. So over to Sri O.S.Arun.